Hello, my name is Gillian and I'm one of the support accountants here at FreeAgent. We'd like to welcome you to today's webinar, which is all about how to switch your bookkeeping from a spreadsheet or another software package to FreeAgent. I'm afraid that because there are so many of you here today, I can't take questions from the floor. Instead, I'll let you know at the end of the webinar how you can get help from our support team and what help they're allowed to give you. A recording of today's webinar will also be emailed to you tomorrow, so don't worry if you miss any of the details today. Any new piece of kit can feel a bit daunting to use at first, but we've designed FreeAgent to make it as easy as possible to use for everyone, whether or not you're already used to a bookkeeping software. The start of a new tax year is a perfect time to start using or switch over to a new software and give your finances a fresh start. If you switch to FreeAgent at the start of a new tax year, you may only need to input a few summary figures, like your bank balance and how much your business owned and owed at the end of the previous accounting year. We'll show you how to easily and quickly bring your year-to-date information into FreeAgent in order to keep track of your finances in real time, so that you can then use your account to file your tax returns and accounts moving forward. Today, I'm going to talk through a limited company account in which we've added some data. If you're a sole trader, FreeAgent will also work well for you, and I'll try to highlight any differences between the two account types as we go. And we also offer partnership account types as well. Most limited companies should be able to file their end-of-year accounts and corporation tax returns directly to Companies House and HMRC from their FreeAgent account, and most sole traders and some limited company directors will be able to file their self-assessment. I'm afraid we don't support filing for partners or partnerships. Let's start by going through some key information that should be set up before using your account. The process for entering the data is the same for a limited company as it is for a sole trader or a partnership. Everything on FreeAgent, all the reports and calculations, is driven by the dates of the transactions you're going to enter, so you need to make sure your business's accounting dates are set up correctly. To check these, navigate to the business name at the top right of the screen and select Settings from the drop-down menu. Under Accounting Tax and VAT, you'll find the Accounting Dates option. Be sure you make any changes before you start inputting your account data into FreeAgent. Having the right dates will help keep your account accurate, and if you put in the wrong dates, you could even end up paying too much tax. If you're at all unsure about which dates to enter, then we have a really handy article on accounting dates in FreeAgent in our knowledge base, which can be accessed at the bottom of the page in your FreeAgent account. But just to give a quick summary, the company start date is the date on which your business first came into being. If your business is a limited company or an LLP, it'll be the date on the certificate of incorporation from Companies House. For a sole trader or a non-limited liability partnership, this date is normally the date on which you've told HMRC your business has started. The company trading start date is when your business began trading, and it only needs to be entered if this is different to your company start date. The first accounting year end date should be the first accounting year end that your business ever had, not the end of the first accounting year you'll be creating in FreeAgent. For sole traders, this is usually the 31st of March or the 5th of April to coincide with the end of the tax year. The FreeAgent start date is the date from which you're going to start doing your bookkeeping in FreeAgent. It can be a historic date, but it's easiest to start your books from the beginning of a new accounting year to avoid having to add two sets of figures together when you come to do your accounts and your tax return. Please don't enter any transactions dated before your FreeAgent start date, as this may cause errors in your account. Unless you've decided to recreate all of your business's bookkeeping in FreeAgent from the day you started trading, you're likely to have what we call opening balances to enter. To enter your opening balances, go to Accounting, Journal Entries, and choose Opening Balances from the drop-down here. For existing businesses, as at your FreeAgent start date, your business will probably have had some money in the bank. The figure you need to enter here is how much it had in the bank at the end of the day before your FreeAgent start date. So if your FreeAgent start date was the 1st of April, you're looking for the figure on your bank statement as at the end of the day on the 31st of March, because that's what your business would have started with on the 1st of April. You'll have entered the opening balance for your business's main bank account when you set up your FreeAgent account. But if you put in the wrong figure by mistake, or if you put in a 0 to come back to it later, it can be corrected. Bank account balances are only one type of opening balance that you're likely to have. As at your FreeAgent start date, your business may have been owed money by some of its customers. In accounting terminology, that's called trade debtors. You might have also heard it called accounts receivable. Both of those just basically mean unpaid invoices, invoices that you've issued to your customers that have not yet been paid for. What we want here is the figure for unpaid invoices as at the start of the day on your FreeAgent start date. Your business might also have owed money to some of its suppliers, and we call that figure trade creditors or accounts payable. It's the unpaid bills your business had as at the start of the day on your FreeAgent start date. Your business may also own some equipment, for instance, a computer or some furniture, and those are known as fixed assets or capital assets. There are also other monies your business might have owed. For instance, it might have owed money to the taxman for VAT or its staff and unpaid wages at the FreeAgent start date. If you've been using other bookkeeping software, the best way to collect all of your opening balances together is to print from your software a copy of a report called a trial balance, dated the day before your FreeAgent start date. If you came to FreeAgent from a spreadsheet and don't have a trial balance, your accountant should be able to help you collect those figures. And if you're a sole trader, don't have an accountant, and you've managed to work out some but not all of your opening balance figures, then we would suggest you can put any difference you can't work out into account 968, because you and the business are legally the same, so it's less important if the amount the business owes you changes. Whichever business type, but perhaps more so for a limited company or a partnership, please seek an accountant's help if you're not sure what the opening balances should be, as there could be legal implications if you don't correctly record how much the business owes to individuals. Here, in my account, you can see the opening bank balances are already there, and there's also an opening balance in my suspense account. This is because FreeAgent knows how much I have in my bank account, but it doesn't yet know what my other opening balances were, so it's had to put in a balance and figure for now. I'll click the Edit Opening Balances button here, and that gives me the chance to enter the rest of my balances. If you've got a lot of opening balances, you may prefer to import them rather than typing them in. And there's an article in our knowledge base that explains exactly how to do this. If your business is registered for VAT, please make sure you've entered your opening balances for the VAT categories correctly before you file a VAT return through FreeAgent. We have more content in the knowledge base about how to make sure your VAT opening balances are correct, as well as fully detailed articles about entering the rest of your opening balances, including stock of goods you sell and capital assets. Setting up your opening balances is a one-off task you'll be glad to hear, so once you've completed that, you won't have to do it again. Now that we've spoken about setting up the opening balances, let me show you how to import some other information. You may have details of customers and suppliers, such as their names and addresses, and you'll be glad to hear that you don't have to type these all in individually to FreeAgent. You can add them by importing them. In FreeAgent, all of your suppliers and customer details are held together in the same area under Contacts. So to do this, we would go to Contacts and click Import Contacts and follow the steps. Again, there's more information in our knowledge base about this. And just to note, you can also import contacts from a CSV file, and the knowledge base will also guide you here to give you the layout that you need to follow. When you have more data in your FreeAgent account, you'll see your list of contacts and also a quick view of how much is currently owed to help you keep track of your business finances. Now, let's add a company logo. To do this, navigate to your company name and then Settings, and select Company Logo. You would then follow the prompts to upload the logo, and this will then appear on all of your invoices and estimates. Now, we'll show you where you can add users to your FreeAgent account, such as employees, partners, or shareholders and directors of limited companies. To do this, you can either go back to the main settings screen, or use the drop-down menu of the current section you're in, like this, and select Users. Another reason you might want to add a user is if you have a bookkeeper or an accountant. Simply send them an invitation to give them access to your FreeAgent account, and you can then start working from the same set of books. Now, let's start taking a look at the FreeAgent account in more detail. First, we'll take a look at the overview screen. These handy widgets show you at a glance different areas of your business accounts. Your dashboard gives you an overview of your current estimates, invoices, projects, and time slips. You'll be able to see your individual bank account balances and an aggregated view of how much you have in the bank in total. You can keep an eye on your out-of-pocket expenses and bills, and view your business's income and day-to-day running costs using the real-time profit and loss widget. Your tax timeline shows your upcoming dates for self-assessment, VAT, payroll, and corporation tax for limited companies, and even how much you need to pay to HMRC. You can even sync this with your Google, Outlook, or iCal calendar. There's also a feature in FreeAgent called Radar, which can be found by clicking into the bell at the top right. Here, you will see an admin to-do list, which is a checklist that highlights outstanding admin tasks to be completed. And the Radar feed will show you tailored insights about the performance of the business and also updates to introduce any new features to FreeAgent. I'll now show you the different sections of FreeAgent that bring your dashboard to life once you've added the data from your accounts.